The Roman Empire is one of the most iconic empires in history, and its legacy is still felt today. From its rise to its eventual fall, the Roman Empire shaped the world in countless ways. The Roman Empire began in 27 BCE, when Octavian became the first Roman emperor, taking the name Augustus. Under his rule, the empire began its expansion, conquering new lands and bringing them under Roman rule. The Roman army was one of the most formidable military forces in history. With their impressive tactics and organization, they were nearly unbeatable in battle. At the heart of the Roman army was the legionnaire. These soldiers were highly trained and disciplined, and they formed the backbone of the Roman military machine. The Romans were famous for their formations, such as the testudo, or tortoise formation, in which the soldiers would lock their shields together to create a protective shell. This made them almost impervious to missile attacks. The Romans also used siege weapons, such as the catapult, to break through enemy defenses. These weapons were highly effective and could hurl large stones or incendiary projectiles over great distances. But the key to the Roman army's success was its organization. Each legion was made up of around 5,000 soldiers, who were divided into groups of 120, called a century. These centuries were further divided into smaller groups, each with its own leader. The Roman army also had a highly organized system of logistics. Military camps were set up at strategic locations, with well-trained engineers and workers to build and maintain roads, bridges, and other infrastructure. With these tactics and organization, the Roman army was able to conquer and maintain control over a vast empire that stretched from Britain in the west to the Middle East in the east. The victories of the Roman army were celebrated with grand parades and triumphs, and they became a symbol of Roman power and might. The Roman army's tactics and organization made them nearly unbeatable in battle, and their eagle emblem became a symbol of their strength and discipline. The legacy of the Roman army lives on, inspiring military tactics and strategy to this day. The Romans were not only great conquerors, but they were also renowned for their engineering prowess. They built incredible structures that still inspire awe today, such as the aqueducts and the Colosseum. The Roman aqueducts were a remarkable feat of engineering, designed to transport water over long distances to support the growing cities and towns of the Roman Empire. The Colosseum is perhaps the most famous example of Roman engineering. This massive amphitheater was capable of seating up to 80,000 people and was used for gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and other spectacles. The Romans were also skilled bridge builders, constructing structures that were not only functional but also beautiful. Roman roads were another incredible engineering achievement. They connected the far-flung reaches of the Roman Empire and facilitated trade, travel, and the movement of troops. The engineering feats of the Romans were critical to the success of the Roman Empire. They made it possible to connect far-flung regions, bring water to growing cities, and build awe-inspiring structures that still stand today. The Colosseum, in particular, has become an iconic symbol of Roman engineering and ingenuity. Despite being more than 2,000 years old, it still stands as a testament to the skill and dedication of the Roman builders who constructed it. The Romans were not only great conquerors but also accomplished engineers. Their innovations in aqueducts, bridges, roads, and other infrastructure paved the way for modern engineering and continue to inspire awe and admiration today. The Roman government was a complex system that played a critical role in the success and eventual decline of the Roman Empire. At the heart of this system were the Senate and the people. The Roman emperor was the ultimate authority in the empire. He had vast powers, including the ability to declare war and levy taxes. However, the emperor was not an absolute ruler and had to work within the framework of the Roman government. The Senate was a key part of the Roman government. It was made up of around 300 members who were appointed by the emperor. The Senate advised the emperor on matters of policy and helped to govern the empire. The people also had a role in the Roman government. Although they did not have the right to vote, they could express their opinions and influence the decisions of the emperor and the Senate through protests and other forms of public outcry. Local magistrates were also important figures in the Roman government. They were responsible for enforcing the law and maintaining order in their regions. The Roman government was a critical component of the success of the Roman Empire. It was a complex system that included the Senate, the emperor, and the people, and it provided a framework for governing one of the most powerful empires in history. But despite its power and success, the Roman Empire was not immune to internal conflict. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE marked the beginning of a period of turmoil and instability. The power struggle ultimately came down to two men, Octavian and Mark Antony. Octavian, who was Caesar's adopted son, emerged victorious, defeating Mark Antony at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE. Octavian, who later took the name Augustus, became the first Roman emperor and ushered in a period of relative stability and prosperity for the empire. However, this stability was not to last. The Roman Empire was plagued by internal strife, including civil wars and power struggles, throughout its history. This conflict, combined with economic instability and other factors, eventually led to the decline and fall of the empire. The Roman Empire had its fair share of emperors, both good and bad. Some were revered for their achievements and leadership, while others were infamous for their cruelty and excesses. Nero, for example, is one of the most notorious emperors in Roman history. He was known for his extravagant lifestyle, including building massive palaces and holding lavish parties, and he was said to have had his own mother and wife killed. Another infamous emperor was Caligula, who was known for his extreme cruelty and irrational behavior. He was said to have had people executed for no reason and even declared war on the sea. By the 3rd century CE, the Roman Empire had reached its peak, but the seeds of its decline were already being sown. The empire faced a variety of challenges, including invasions by Germanic tribes, economic problems, and political instability. At its height, the Roman Empire stretched from modern-day Spain to the Middle East and from the northern coast of Africa to the edges of Europe. However, as the empire expanded, it became more difficult to defend its borders from invaders like the Germanic tribes. The Romans were skilled warriors, but the constant fighting and territorial disputes took a toll on their military resources. Economic problems also plagued the empire, as inflation and other financial issues led to a decline in the value of the Roman currency. Political instability was another issue, as power struggles within the Roman government often led to infighting and corruption. By the 5th century CE, the Western Roman Empire was on the brink of collapse. In 476 CE, the Germanic general Odoacer overthrew the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, and declared himself king of Italy. The fall of the Western Roman Empire marked the end of an era, but the legacy of Rome would continue to influence European culture and politics for centuries to come. However, the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, continued on for several more centuries, preserving many of the traditions and accomplishments of the original Roman Empire. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire is a cautionary tale about the dangers of overexpansion, economic instability, and political corruption. But it is also a testament to the resilience and enduring influence of one of the most powerful empires in human history. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and enjoyable. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring and learning about the fascinating world of history.